Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In this bulletin, 8 COVID-19 patients have recovered. 62 arrests for breaches. And Tikondondoa remains in custody.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Atera Lendua.
8 out of the 18 patients who had contracted the deadly COVID-19 virus in Fiji have now recovered. Prime Minister Borenge Bainimarama has been briefed by the Minister for Health, Dr. Feremi Wangari-Maathai, on the matter. The Prime Minister says this means our recovery rate is now at 44%. There are only now 10 active COVID-19 cases in the country. 52 tests were conducted last night and they all came back negative, which includes 23 sailors who will now go into home isolation. 3 cases were tested twice and have also returned negative on both occasions. With no cure or vaccine for COVID-19, local doctors are testing symptoms as they develop in locally confirmed cases. Health Minister Dr. Feremi Wangari-Maathai says medical teams are intensively managing each of the 15 patients who remain in isolation centers around Fiji. He adds, while a handful of COVID-19 patients have developed complications, these have been treated promptly.
Some of them have had symptoms that have become slightly short of breath. Some of them have developed pneumonia, but they've all become stable because of the treatment that we've provided for them. There is no magic cure. The key is to be able to support the body as it develops its immunity towards the COVID-19. And from that point of view, we're doing very well.
Commissioner of Police Brigadier General Sitiveni Ngiliho says Fijians need to be reminded that physical activities are limited during this pandemic, in particular to those that can be done within a safe physical distance from other, and therefore rules out any team sports. This comes after 62 arrests related to COVID-19 restriction breaches were made overnight, the majority for social gathering breaches. The Commissioner says this is a concern because apart from the number of social gathering breach arrests made for drinking ngono and alcohol, people are being arrested for playing rugby and other team sports. 22 arrests were from the Western Division, 17 for social gathering and 5 for curfew breaches. In the north, all 13 arrests were for social gathering breaches. In the Southern Division, there were 15 cases, 12 for social gathering and 3 for curfew breaches. The Central Division recorded 12 cases, 11 for social gathering breaches and 1 for curfew breach. National Federation Party President Pio Tikondondoa is still being questioned at the CID headquarters. Tikondondoa was taken in yesterday from his home in Delasui village, Tailevu, in relation to a video he posted on Facebook regarding the alleged assault of a Nangia village resident by police officers. Tikondondoa has been in custody for about 36 hours as police conduct investigations. The National Federation Party has called for Tikondondoa's immediate release, claiming that his arrest shows a culture of weak leadership. Tributes pour in for former Prime Minister and the late Laisenia Ngarase, who died yesterday morning. National Federation Party Professor Biman Prasad says Ngarase was transparent and conducted himself ethically in all his dealings, always accepting constructive criticism and alternative ideas. Social Democratic Liberal Party leader Sitiveni Rambuka says Fiji has lost a patriotic son who served as Prime Minister in an important period in our history. Rambuka adds the late former Prime Minister was resolute and steadfast, humble and God-fearing. There were no representative to the late Tui Kumbudha Misake Koroise's funeral arrangements are yet to be finalized. Ngarase was 79 years old and is survived by his wife Lemba, their 7 children, 26 grandchildren and 3 great-grandchildren. A resort in Pacific Harbour along Queens Highway that relies heavily on sports tourism has lost more than $500,000 in revenue due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Uprising Beach Resort Director Renee Munch says this was a busy period with many sports tournaments held around this time of the year. Munch says they've lost majority of their bookings due to the restrictions surrounding COVID-19.
For us, it is our peak season. As you know, we deal in sports tourism, so all our university groups, our rugby groups, soccer groups, they usually come at this time, so they've all cancelled.
The April sitting of Parliament has been deferred to next month due to the COVID-19 situation in the country. This was agreed to by the Ministry of Health and the Business Committee, with all parliamentary business for the April sitting to be dealt with next month. The next sitting of Parliament is scheduled for May 25th to the 29th, 2020. The Ruby Princess is scheduled to leave Australian waters this week despite hundreds of crew being infected with COVID-19. The multi-million-dollar cruise ship is being blamed for over 20 deaths, and some surviving passengers have started legal action. Up ahead, cancellation of Pacific Mini Games not an option, and Fiji football players to focus on FIFA World Cup. This and more coming up.
Bula FM, number 2 and seri.
Bula FM, number 2 and seri.
The Pacific Games Council is exploring its options on how to hold the Games next year. The postponement of the Olympic Games is not the only challenge the Council will need to address, but also the impact of the COVID-19 on participating nations. Council President Vidya Larkin says they have a number of options and cancelling the Games altogether is not on the table.
But at the present time, the suggestion from the Games Organising Committee is to look at having the mini games in May or June, late May, early June next year.
The Fiji Football Association says it fully supports the OFC's decision to cancel the 2020 Nations Cup. Chief Executive Mohammed Yusuf says given the extent of the impact of the COVID-19 on participating island nations, it is timely to cancel the competition. Yusuf adds players now need to divert their attention to the World Cup qualifiers.
We'll have to abide by it because we cannot assemble a team and train. So that's the case with all the other 11 member countries. So as a result, we have accepted it, and as soon as the restrictions are over, we will now assemble our team to train for the World Cup qualifiers.
The 2020 FIFA World Cup will be held in Qatar with the date yet to be confirmed. The much-anticipated documentary series, The Last Dance, has aired in New Zealand. It is about the legacy of one of the greatest basketball players in history. A trough of low pressure lies just to the west of Fiji, with associated cloud and showers affecting most parts of the country. Occasional showers and a few thunderstorms over the western half of Viti Levu, Yasawa and Mamanuca Group, Southern Lau Group and Kandavo nearby smaller islands. Elsewhere, cloudy periods with some showers and afternoon or evening thunderstorms. Isolated heavy falls may lead to flash flooding of low-lying areas. And that's your FBC News Now. Join us again at 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. Remember, in times of crisis, you need factual news that you can trust. Please don't believe fake news about COVID-19 on social media. Fight misinformation by getting only the facts about the coronavirus from verified news sources like FBC's TV, radio, and digital media news. www.fbcnews.com.fj. Keeping Fijians connected with the truth. Good afternoon.
Bula FM, number 2 and seri.
Bula FM, number 2 and seri.